turn this. Oh, there it is. Got it. Okay, I'm sorry. I always jumped right into it. All right, so as I said, where we last left our hero was this lid here. And I'm gonna start making it like, well, that one. Um, typically for, there you go. Now I'm just gonna have full screen this so I can, yeah. Oh wait, I can't because of the, there, because I have to have that. I'm just gonna cover that up. Okay, anyway, so here we got this. The first thing I do is I select these on either side to make the panel. And, just going to extrude a bit. There's that. Remember what I said about keeping your measurements? Let's see if I can find that document. There it is. To keep a document of all of the your metal bracket extrude for the wooden slat pop outs, which reminds me that silly Amanda. I'll put you over here so I can see it because I'm going to move this over. I'm used to having two multiple monitors, so this is fun. Me trying to get used to one screen because. Okay, so we're going to bevel that. That's fine. It's fine. See, hey, whoa, down boy, going crazy. Okay, so that way, so the wooden slat pop outs is 0.965. Granted, you guys can do whatever one you want. I just like to keep everything consistent, so I make notes on everything. And negative 0.09. There. Therefore, it's popping out the same as these. So once you get that one, do the other side too. I do the sides and then I do the front and back, then the sides is what I meant. Okay, I could talk today. For this, wing it around. There you go. And get all of it. Do this one too. Like I said, it keeps your measurements, so that's good. So now you have it looking relatively there. Now, since I'm not going to have a bunch of slats like this one, since it's just a lid. However, this is where it gets fun. I'm going to click on one edge until it's a ring, getting all of them. Let's see if I can I minimize this? Oh, thank God. Okay. That thing was being a pain. All right, good. So I want to connect and add as many as you want. I like to have one center one. All right, okay. Now, this is where it becomes fun because on the top here, I will go ahead and make like little slats across the top, however. And I'll go ahead and push it all the way to the edge. I want to bevel all these. No, because I did that. Okay. One at a time. I'll remind myself this one at a time. It's been a hot minute since I've done this. I'm sorry if my 3-year-old's a little loud. She isn't too loud, is she?
No, you're doing great. It's fine.
Okay, good. Just making sure. So there. See, the reason why I didn't do all of them is because I have it popped up by, you can do it by polygon and then it'll pop up every individual one. But if you do it by group, it'll pop out the group as one solid piece. But if you have it, every single one of these are cross selected, that's just when it gets fun. Now there's no real true order to this. Did I bevel that or did I extrude? It is super early over here, so it's, there we go. Now we'll slightly go in a bit more because I do want it to, okay, so 9, that's 5, that's right, in negative 0.09. That's good. So that way I can get them cross. There you go. Bevel. And, you start seeing it starting to come one at a time as groups. You know, it's a little tedious, but that helps you learn the programs. Repetition. You can make these grooves wider. I mean, I just give it a starting point, then you can kind of eyeball it, because wooden slats isn't going to be like perfect, like machine perfect. I mean, you're going to have some wider and deeper grooves than others. So that's when you can go back and make variations on the wooden planks. So you're not, doesn't look like a machine made it. Okay. Right across. There you go. Bevel. That's the last one of those. Like for that, I would. Now, if you take it and you double click it, it'll select it across like this. Oops. That one was to make sure. Hold Control, and you can get this one. Always double check and make sure what you get. The Control Z, the undo, is your best friend. Okay, there. So for example, if I wanted this variant to have a slat like that, and that's when I start tweaking. Okay. But I want to undo real quick, because remember what I said about making copies? There's a reason why I'd. So I want to pull off a copy. Lid. I'm going to call this one lid flat. Is it okay? This one, so in case you mess up on the plankings for any reason, you have that to go. And it remembered that I had this selected, so now you can just move it over. See? So you can just start playing with it. I mean, it's no exact science here. I'll have this one over here like that. Just this one over here, we have a group that's going here. Maybe this one, this side is going to be a little bit skewed more than that part. And you can start seeing it. The board starting to look like it's warping a little bit. Just have fun with it. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I mean, after all, these wooden chests, if pirates were burying them in sand and everything, you're going to have some corrosions and wear and tear. In fact, a good idea for your portfolio is to have different texture variations and wear and tear variations. So you can have one that's perfect. You have one that looks like it's been soaked in the ocean for a while, and you just pulled it up from the deep depths, has barnacles and all fun stuff. So if you're going to do barnacles, probably something you probably need to sculpt in that kind of detail, because don't try. And I know I'm not making it all crazy and cattywampus here. That's fun. Just having fun. It kind of looks like a real chest. Oop, there you go. Now, this one, I'm going to rename this one underscore round. And so I try to get it in the front view. X-ray is good. That's Alt X. And you can kind of really see it's fun. Alt X is your friend. Front. Always make sure it's edge faces and default shading. Zoom it in. There's a reason for this. Oh yes, and always edge faces so you can see what's going on. I'm going to make this thing rounded. So you need to have it on front standard edge faces so you can see it, because that way you could sit there and drag and select all of these. And you just start pulling it up. Then you get this middle bunch here. And you start seeing it round out more. Now you get a round top. There you go. Just like that. But the fun thing is, since you made a copy, you get a variation. So now you have 2 chests, not just one. Bonus. But we're working on that one. Because now I want the slats here. And these little pop out wooden pieces on the top and sides. So we're going to do that. Okay. I'm just trying to think. Click here, ring. Oh, here, as in this piece. See? Okay. Ring. So you can get a connect in there. No, not that many. That's crazy. There we go. I'm trying to pop out that little piece right there. That's good. You only need it right there because there's no reason to add extra polys for the middle ones. You just want it on the ends. And ring, connect. Oop, there you go. That's right. That way you can come in here with extrude. Not the edge. No, I've never extrude from an edge. That's crazy. There you go. Here and there. And just play with it. There you go. There, see, now it's kind of popped out like that one. So you got that. You start seeing it. And the same thing on this side. Wash, rinse, repeat. Behave. There you go. Ring, connect. Over here. Click here, ring, connect. There. And then you can select both of these here, here. I said here, thank you. Here. And extrude that out. There. Now I could pop out all these individual ones, but in my opinion, sometimes it's fun to either do that or select all these. Do an inset. I'm gonna do the same on both sides. I don't get too far ahead. Okay, inset. That's good. Here. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. I mean, you don't have to extrude all that out panel wise. Or you could make this as a carving. Or you could pop out this whole thing. I mean, it's your design. But for me, I'm going to select it a little bit, bevel it, not out. I could. I'm going to bevel it in. Like that. Let's get rid of the grid. Now see? Same thing over here. Now you can go through if you wanted to and bevel out for the little wooden pieces if you wanted to, or do that. Oh yes, if you see it black like that, that's when it pushes itself inside out. Always undo when you see that. Yeah, that's what I wanted. See, I wanted it to pop out, but not compete with the edging. That's good. So you can sit there and get it done. See, right now it thinks he wants to be out of group. That's when you can do it by polygon, and it does that. There you go. So fancy. Same thing here. Okay, well, we got this. That's good. Sorry, I do that to think. Hinges. I always do the inside last. So if you have see me like, well, what's on the inside? The Stanley? Well, I'll get to that. I just make sure everything is there. And since the rest of the stuff is going to be modeled, pieces that are going to be pushed in, I can go ahead and get to the inside. I'm just going to lift it up. We're going to go to this one. And this is where it becomes fun. Not that this isn't fun, but you get my drift. So I select all of these. Don't try to bevel in from here because it's going to be like super, super thin. I always try to give it an inset and then pull it in to make it a little bit more thickness. That's good. Let's do a straight up 2. It's easier to remember, especially when I start hitting that lid. And then you just Alt X for X-ray, so you want to know how far down to go. Hit the right side. Be nice there. And extrude, but you want it to go in. About there. Oh, okay. So I'm glad that happened. Like I said, undo is your best friend. All right. Group. There you go. By group. Always check your settings. And there's no shame of finding something wrong, going, oops, okay, and then undo it and redo it. I mean, I've been modeling for years, and even I still, as you notice, still have to go back and go, oh, okay, not that. But there you go. At your chest. Let's hit that lid for the same way. Flip it over. Same principle. If it makes sense to do this and re-isolate and go in by itself, you can do that. Now, this is where it's a little fun because you have a curved lid. You may have to do a series of bevels to get it up there without having to cut in. That's a good standard inset. X-ray. Let's do here. Oh, if you don't see it anymore, hit the letter Z. It'll center it for you. Let's see if we can make it an extrude in. No, in. And back end of it, go back in. This is when you can scale it in by the X to angle it in. You're gonna have to babysit this one at Z. You see, you can obviously edit if you well, not that. See, you said to have fun with it. Might be where you flip it and hit. See what you're doing. There, now angle it in, just get that one edge all in the inside and then pull that in. If it doesn't want to go, sometimes it doesn't like that. The best thing, if you want to have two sides go in, pull down Control, hit the vertexes and pull those in. See, there it goes. That's where you can. Doesn't have to be all the way up, just gives you an idea of a lid. So if you wanted, you could just go ahead and just. There you go. You can just go ahead and pull it up here. Because sometimes what I'll do is I'll add edge loops instead and just get it like that. There's multiple ways to do it. I mean, see, you can do the same thing. Instead of just extruding a million times, you can just do that. Then you can just play with it. Obviously, if you double click, it's going to grab all or hold the whole loop. So you may have to, like I said, just select what you want. Grab this side. Remind myself which ones I grabbed. Hold down Control, get to the vertex mode. And that's when you can grab the X and just pull out, see? You can start seeing it shaped. I mean, you could leave it that if you want that nice little ridge there. I mean, it's up to you. Now, I myself will go ahead and just grab this one and we can get around over here. Let me grab this one. If you don't think it's collecting on anything, sometimes it'll try to click on what's on the other side. That's why you see me undo. I might do like Control Z just in case it decided to grab something from behind it. And I'll spin it around, double check. Okay, good. So, and I find sometimes it is easier to grab an edge and then hold Control to go over to vertex to do this. There you see, it's nice and curved in there. And since you already have these nice lines across the top, there's no reason to keep, you can just and hold down Alt to unselect what you don't want and drag. If you wanted to move those up, I'm not, but if you wanted to go ahead and move those up, I'm trying to see if I can move on to the hinges and stuff. So to me, I think that's okay. Now we're going to move these off to my graveyard. Clean up. Get out of the way. I don't need them. You just see the file of the chess I've been working on for about 3 years now. It's crazy. It has so many. hate bits. That's the reason why I started a new file for you guys, because just trying to make sense of everything is it's just easier to start fresh. Okay, hinges. Now, since this shares the same pivot point, you can just zero this out and it'll pop it back on. There you go. Okay, for that, there's a lot of ways you could do it. I would take a box. Just kind of want to do it out here so you can get an idea. It's going to be thin. There you go. I'm not thinking it'd be fun to do like a lock. So this is a nice little panel here that you can get. Doesn't have to be perfect. I don't like starting with anything because I like to put my own edges in. And like a right click, convert to editable poly. Now a keyhole. This is where you're adding a bunch of edge loops and moving them. So I get my center line in. And you just start adding them. Because you're going to start pull those in. Wrong one. No, it was the right one. I'm so sorry. It's been a morning already. That's fine. Must be pain, and you can move them manually. It's no big deal. All right, there you go. So the whole point is make this a keyhole. You want a round top, give or take, and a straight bottom. Now the straight part's the easy part. You can just add it here. Kind of eyeball it. You can actually be good and pull in for me. No, you're not. Why are you not behaving? Fine. There, that saves me the trouble of making those anyway. Isn't technology wonderful? We wanted it enough here. That's enough. As you can see, okay, good. So you want this to be round and you want this to be a straight part here. So I may just add one extra loop so I can here, just one, behave there. Perfect. That's it. We're good. So now we're going to move these around. You drag and select all of these here. You pull up so you can start rounding it out. The more of a curve shaped you have, the more edges you're going to have to need. So if you want this to be a little more rounded here, we're going to have to go back here and add one here and here. Oop, there you go. Okay, now we got something more to go by here. Same thing here. I like to do both sides at the same time if it's possible. Because drag on the Y to pull out. And for this, to make it easier, I'm going to grab the edge here and here. Pull. Once again, I keep forgetting it doesn't like to do that. You can go ahead and just pull these down to make the keyhole the way you want. And you just pretty much just start babysitting it. Not that. Lots of babysitting. Want that a little bit more rounded. There you go. Grab all of these in here because it's a little too big for my taste. Like them all. Scale in more. And you can start seeing the keyhole start to take place. There you go. Too big. You can select and just start scaling in the way you want it. There you go. Let's just do that. And you guessed it, we're going to select it all and extrude in. mean, you can just do that, but there you go. Oh no, I'm joking. I do that to my students all the time. They think it's hilarious. Don't go too far, just a little bit. You don't, because you can probably texture that. And always be careful of Z fighting, so make sure you're giving it a little bit of thickness. There you go. And you may have to, since you're pushing this in, you don't want to see that chest poking out through it when you push it in. You might want to extend this out a little bit more. So I'll just go ahead and select all of this. Or if you're smart, and I know you are, we can just drag here. So if it'll get that. That's fine. Okay, so when you drag it all, make sure it's just kidding. Make sure you don't select the inside. See? Just the back, but not the inside. See? You just have to sit there and finagle it. Hold down shift to get the wants to be funky, then fine, so be it. It's a Wednesday. Hump day. I'll just make this a little bit thicker. There's a reason. That is because, sorry, I'm going to push this down here. We're going to it's a little too big. I did eyeball it when I make it. You can just scale in a bit more. Right there. That's about what I wanted. You see, you're not going to have, if you push it in too much, you see the chest there and you don't want that. So you want to put it there. Well, beans, huh? There's that. Now hinges, you can do a number of ways. I mean, I've made like a faux hinge before where it's not perfectly round because you want to keep it low poly, but it animates just fine. Depends if you want a super, super high poly or super, super not. You can make it where the hinges are internal, so you don't have to worry about modeling them out. But if you want to, it's the same thing. You just make, I usually start with boxes because boxes are my favorites to do. And since you have it like this, let's do a nice, let's do it like that. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to model, that's definitely too thick. Here, just eyeball it in. There you go. I want to place it like right here. So I'm trying to make it nice and long. And remember how I did the lid and I made it and then I cut it and capped it. It's doing the same thing to make sure the top and bottom will match up. But like I said, there is a method to my madness here. Just bear with me here. I found this is the most efficient way. There, that's what I wanted. How about there? Just in case for funsies, I'm gonna go sit there and put it in so I can see that it fits where I want it. Ideally, I like to set it on this edge. Come on, be good. Oh, it's because it's way over there. There you go. Come on, Amanda. Let's get you in there. You got it. There you go. There. That's the reason why I hadn't finished it. Okay. From here, you can adjust the width and fit it in there relatively. And then I'll go ahead and give it 1. So I'll know exactly where the, yeah. Right click, convert to editable poly. This is where you could just grab the top of it and detach. And I'm gonna name this hinge top. Or it could just do what it wants. It's definitely a Wednesday. That's okay. It's just Max keeping me humble. Okay. Cap this. All right, there you are. Select this one. Here, border, cap. Okay. Now a hinge will have like one piece in the middle and two pieces going down. This is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to one at a time. We'll ring it. Let's tell it 3. For the bottom piece. Oh, why did it have to do that? Oh, that's why. Be really careful when you select, because you get some weird stuff there. Slow down. If it looks weird when you can add, back off, double check to see why, and then don't just keep going super, super fast and speed through, because the more you rush, the more mistakes made. And that's where you get some weird connect. Looks like I've seen some fun stuff. I look like diamonds appear in your model, and you're like, how did this diamond shape get in there? Is because of this. That's why I backed out of it and soloed it just to see, okay, what's going on with it. And I tend to like to go back and forth between the two. I'll play this now. 2, 3. Okay, there we go. Off at the top one, I want to grab this segment and this segment here. At the same time, we're going to extrude, not like that. Great. It's already defaulted to 10, so I always add like all affronted, but I know it's always the default to 10. I want to push it down to like right there. So 0.60. Sometimes it's just easier to keep it there. And for this one, grab the middle. And you screw it up. 0.6. You start seeing something of a hinge here, but it's pretty darn flat. So when it comes to these bits, I would select, I'll just bevel it out, not like that. Okay. And you can make it more rounded when you add edge loops and just round it out. There. I try to make it as easy as possible to remember these. So 0.07 and 0.050. Here, hinge. 0.07. Yeah. Sorry. There. Okay. That way, when I get the next one, it's going to be universal. But I still got to back out and get this one up here. Here and here. Extrude, because it's going to default out. Nope. 5. 7. What are you doing? Oh, yeah. Oh boy. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's in. Oh, the negatives. I forgot about the negatives. Don't forget the negatives. Just be good. There you go. And I pretty much got that. And if you wanted it to be a little more rounded, you just grab it, one here and here. You just ring it, and just like you did with the chest. 3 is fine. Let's isolate it. You could just see. Now they're starting to look, but I'm trying to keep this as low poly as possible. Same thing with this. Just here, ring. Isolate so I can actually see it. And just, there you go. There you go. Okay, so now you need a pin. You could have a pin go through it. Back out so I can select the pieces and pull it up just a little bit more if I wanted to. There you go. I think I made it too fat, honestly. There you go. Cool. Cool. So when you animate it, it doesn't have to be like perfect. I mean, I like making things look overly like fancy. Like I'm not going to keep this square. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, for anything, you can actually bevel it in. I like my bevels like that. And then you can make it nice like that if you really wanted to. All pretty and fancy. Or not. I mean, if you Google hinges, there's a lot of different styles. So, bevel. And you go around like that. I see. So get your basic hinge. Select it in both. You pretty much want to put it, you see that line right there, that tells me where that hinge is going to be. So I like to put it right in the middle. So you can make this one a little bit higher up. Yeah, you can fit them together like that. And then I would attach this to that lid and that one to that piece. When you get it all, just attach it. Oh, I'm sorry. I would just keep talking. I'm so sorry. But you see, there's a basic hinge and your basic. There you go. If you want to attach. I would make a copy of it before I attach, but there's the attach button right there. So you just select it and click it to attach. Like that. And now it's a part of that. And then do the same for the bottom to that. But I didn't copy it yet. But that's it. I mean, I just rounded it out and we made hinges. Basic, very basic hinges. Okay.